Hey, what's up, guys? It's Pat from PopularMMOs.com, and I'm doing a features video for Cabal Online. And what I'm going to be showing you guys is some PvP. Going to show you a dungeon, talk a little bit more about the game, show you some crafting. And the first thing we're going to start with is some PvP. As you can see, I just got killed in one hit. And this game does have PvP channels, and right now that's where I am. So pretty much anyone is fair game. And I'm pretty low level compared to everyone else, so we're pretty much going to watch me die a lot. But there is a more interesting type of PvP in the game. It's kind of like you think of it kind of like a battleground or something like that, where one nation is against the other nation in this big battle, and the one that wins gets a buff for the nation, which is going to be experience and stuff like that. It's going to be a helpful buff, and I didn't want to join that specifically because it's only certain times a day, and I would probably help us lose, because I'm level 53 and the bracket is like 53 to 73, so I didn't really want to force our nation to get screwed over by having me on the team. But you can go on the war servers and just practice some PvP. Obviously, if you're a low level like me, you probably don't even want to be here, but it's a good place to at least practice it. And as you can see, this game does have some pretty cool skill animations that don't look too bad. But I mean, this game, the PvP, one problem with it is, other than the war server, you cannot take part in the nation battles until you're level 52. So you really do have to go through some PvE content. And right now, this in here, we're getting some honor points, but that is about it. I mean, this is more just for, I'd call it for fun, just to come here and kill people. And most of the players are going to be high level because of that, because they could just kill me in one hit, obviously. So the next thing I want to show you guys, though, is a dungeon, since right now you're just watching me die while I talk about the game. So guys, every day you can get a ticket to get into a dungeon for free, so there's like a 24-hour cooldown pretty much. All you have to do is talk to an officer, and he'll give you a quest, and the quest is just going to give you the thing for the dungeon. So just accept that, and I should be able to enter a dungeon now, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do that. And this game has a really weird teleportation travel system, and pretty much every zone in the game is going to be like teleported to. So the game isn't like a giant game world. It's like you can just teleport from one place to another. As you see, these are like different zones that you can just teleport to. So it does take away the feel of a big game world. And if you look at the map, these are the different zones in the game, and pretty much all these are going to be accessed through some type of teleport. Because you see right here it says entry point, so from Port Lux there'll be a teleportation there. So these things right here on the map, if you look at them, those are teleportation things. So there's a lot of teleporting in this game. That might not be something you like. And this fourth gate one, this is pretty much where you enter the dungeons. So I have my ticket, so this showed up on the left, and there's like records and stuff for times if you want to try to be quick or whatever. But let's just enter this dungeon, and I'll show you guys how it works. So there is a time limit, as you can see on the screen, and the dungeons are pretty large for how much time you have to complete them. And one thing though, guys, is you can't just stop and fight like one pack at a time. Like in most games, they're pretty tough. You got to do one pack at a time. But I could go in here solo, and I could pull everything until the first boss. And honestly, if you didn't, you wouldn't be able to finish the dungeon quick enough, because you really have to go in there with everything and AoE them down to finish the whole dungeon in 30 minutes. Because the dungeons really are very large in this game. And one of the reasons that you are able to take such abuse is if I open up, if you hit I, it'll open your inventory and it'll show your gear. And if you look at my gear, there's one, like right here it says HP auto heal 20. So some of your gear's you're gonna get gear that automatically heals your character like over time. So you can take quite a bit of abuse, and you can solo a lot of stuff. So see, as you can see, I can just AoE these guys, and that would be the way to get through these dungeons quick. And if you look right here, it says SP 1370, 1400, whatever. You get to unlock some special cool moves as it goes up to like 5,000. But right now there's some combo you can do. So I'm going to try to show you guys how to use this. And all you have to do is hit it, and a thing's going to pop up on the screen, and you have to hit it right when it's in the middle to do skill. And I just kind of messed up. But I hit it like twice. So the more you do that, the quicker you can attack and do a lot more damage. So there is a combo system in the combat. The combat really, to be perfectly honest with you, isn't the greatest. Because if you look, I'm actually not hitting anything. You might think I'm hitting my keyboard to do these skills. All I have to do is start attacking, and they automatically start using your skills in order you have them on your action bar. So the combat is pretty lazy. And one thing about this game, it also involves quite a high usage of potions. I mean, they're easy to get them, but it's kind of annoying that you have to use so many potions, and the cooldown's real quick on them, so you're like always popping potion after potion when you're fighting something real difficult. So that's kind of a con to the game. Okay guys, so I killed the boss and all the monsters, and as you can see, this is the loot on the ground. And I'm going to show you how the bags work, because it's kind of interesting, actually. Because as you see, they actually take up space in the bag, which is kind of cool. So, and I got an upgrade core, which is actually kind of a useful item. So you get some useful stuff in the boss. Sometimes gear, sometimes stuff for like upgrading your character. So you do get some good stuff. But when you pick up something, I'm gonna pick this up. It goes right into your inventory, and I really like this system just because it makes a lot of sense. It makes sense that a sword would take up, more room than a potion. So it's kind of cool that it actually works that way. At least I think it is. I mean, newer games don't really have it set up like this, but I kind of like it just because it seems like more realistic that you would have like a huge piece of armor would take up a lot of your inventory space. But anyways, I'm going to pull the rest of these guys, and I'm going to show you some of the cool battle auras I have. Since I have 5,000 SP now, I can pull out some cool auras, and these are kind of cool, and they make the combat a little more interesting, I guess. So I'm going to hit one of these. And it makes you do a lot more damage, and it like your character's defense is higher, its hit points are higher, stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, it makes the combat a little more interesting, and as you can tell, the animation is actually pretty cool looking. So it does make the combat a little more fun. If the combat does feel a little bland, just because you use one move and then your character keeps like using one after another, and you don't even really have to press much. So it is cool to have something to at least make things look a little bit cooler. The game does have good animations for the skills. And while we fight these, I actually want to show you something about the skills. Because the skills in this game work, you can hit open skills. They work pretty good. You can actually level up your skills in the game, which is a cool way to like customize your character skills. So you can have ones more powerful than others. You want to use like your skill experience, skill points on moves to do a lot of damage. So it's kind of cool to be able to do that. You can only have a certain amount of skills, so you can't have like every single skill. Like at this level, I have 8 slots, and you get more as you level. You start with less than this. And also, there's a couple other things, like you can get some magic moves, even as like a melee DPS class for me. You can up your hit points with some other stuff, some books to do this kind of stuff. And here's your like battle auras and stuff. And a lot of that stuff you can get it in town from like from the NPCs. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys something else now. Oh, and guys, I did want to mention there is another type of dungeon in this game. And it's called like the Chaos Arena, and that is not PvP. Because when I think arena, I think like PvP. Probably playing too much World of Warcraft, but it's another type of dungeon. It's not as exciting as that kind because it's just like this big arena where monsters keep spawning. I mean, it's good experience and stuff like that, but not too exciting. And if you want to do this stuff, you should. If you really like this game, you're gonna want to do this stuff every day for all the experience. This game does have a really high level cap because you saw me getting killed by players that were like level 170 before. So if I open up the crafting screen, you can craft things, but you need some materials, and some of these materials are kind of hard to get, so I'm not like a real big fan of the crafting in this game, but it is pretty simplistic, because all you need is the materials, and then you're able to craft it, but I'm not a big fan of it, because probably because this is an item wall type game, it really isn't that easy to get the materials for some things. This game does have an auction house, and I've been showing the auction house in these features videos, but it's probably not worth really showing. I'll just mention that, they have an auction house, and it's real easy to use. So anyway, guys, this is about all I want to show for the features video of Cabal Online. And in my opinion, this game really isn't too bad. It is a free game, so you may want to give it a try. So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Check out PopularMMOs.com for the written review of the game, and subscribe to my channel. See you guys.